The rain pounded against the grimy windows of O'Malley's pub in downtown Seattle like it was trying to break in and drown my sorrows with me. I stepped inside that night, soaked to the bone, my heart a shattered mess after Sarah's betrayal had left me questioning if love was just a cruel joke played on the lonely. But as my eyes adjusted to the dim neon glow, they locked onto her, a woman at the bar with eyes like stormy seas, and in that instant, I knew my life was about to unravel in ways I never imagined. Her name was Jordan, and she turned heads without even trying. Late 20s, like me, with a sharp jawline and a tattoo peeking from her sleeve that hinted at stories she'd rather keep buried. I slid onto the stool next to her, ordering a whiskey neat to match the one she was nursing, my voice barely above a whisper as the bartender slid it over. "Rough night?" she asked, her voice a low rumble that sent shivers down my spine despite the warmth of the room. We talked for hours, or what felt like it, the world outside fading into irrelevance. Jordan was a mechanic from the outskirts, fixing cars by day and her own broken past by night. She'd come out to her family years ago, only to be met with silence that cut deeper than words.
Me?
I was Alex, a graphic designer who'd just caught my girlfriend of 2 years cheating with my best friend. The pain was fresh, raw, like an open wound, but Jordan's laughter, genuine, unforced, started to stitch it up without me realizing. As the night wore on, the bar filled with laughter and clinking glasses, but our corner felt isolated, intimate. She shared how she'd lost her job recently, how the garage owner had fired her after discovering her sexuality, claiming it didn't fit the vibe. Her fists clenched around her glass, and I reached out instinctively, my hand covering hers. The touch was electric, a spark that ignited something deep within me. "You're stronger than that," I said, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside. But then trouble walked in, literally. A group of rowdy guys, drunk and loud, zeroed in on us. One of them, a burly man with a sneer, overheard our conversation and decided to make it his business. "What's this, ladies' night?" he jeered, his friends chuckling behind him. Jordan's eyes darkened, but she tried to ignore them. I wasn't so restrained. "Mind your own," I snapped, my protective instincts flaring. It escalated quickly. The guy grabbed my arm, pulling me off the stool, and before I knew it, Jordan was between us, shoving him back. Chaos erupted, fists flying, glasses shattering. I swung at one of them, my shirt tearing in the scuffle as someone yanked at it. The bartender yelled for security, but in the melee, Jordan took a punch meant for me, her lips splitting open. We fought back to back, adrenaline pumping, until the cops showed up and hauled the instigators out. Panting, bloodied but unbroken, we stumbled outside into the rain. My shirt was ruined, half torn off, but Jordan draped her jacket over my shoulders, her touch lingering. "You didn't have to do that," she murmured, wiping blood from her lip. "But I did, for her, for us, for every moment we'd shared that night." As we walked away, hand in hand, I realized I'd left more than my shirt behind. My heart was hers now, vulnerable and alive. The next morning dawned gray and unforgiving, much like my hangover. I woke in my small apartment overlooking Puget Sound, Jordan's jacket still wrapped around me like a promise. We'd exchanged numbers in the taxi, a hasty goodbye laced with unspoken words. I texted her, "Coffee? My treat for the heroics." Her reply came swift, "Only if you promise no more bar fights." We met at a cozy cafe in Capitol Hill, Seattle's vibrant heart where rainbow flags waved proudly. Jordan arrived with a Band-Aid on her lip, her smile crooked but genuine. Over steaming lattes, we delved deeper. She confessed her fears of commitment, of getting hurt again after a toxic ex who'd left her doubting her worth. I shared my own scars, how Sarah's infidelity had made me build walls higher than the Space Needle. But as we talked, those walls crumbled. Jordan's hand found mine across the table, her thumb tracing circles that sent warmth through me. "Last night wasn't just a fight," she said softly. "It was the first time in years I felt seen." We lingered there, the cafe buzzing around us, but our world narrowed to just us two. That afternoon, we wandered the streets, rain giving way to patchy sun. Jordan took me to her garage, a cluttered space filled with tools and half-fixed cars. "This is where I hide," she admitted, picking up a wrench. I watched her work on an old Mustang, her muscles flexing under her shirt, and felt a pull I couldn't deny. Impulsively, I kissed her, soft at first, then deepening as she responded, dropping the tool with a clang. Our romance bloomed fast, like wildflowers after a storm. Dates turned into sleepovers, secrets shared under covers. But shadows loomed. Jordan's family reached out, her conservative parents from rural Washington, demanding she straighten up or lose them forever. The pressure weighed on her, making her distant at times. One evening, as we cooked dinner in my kitchen, she broke down. "I can't lose you, Alex, but I can't lose them either." Tears streamed down her face, and I held her, whispering assurances. "We'll face it together," I promised, my heart aching for her pain. That night, our lovemaking was tender, a reaffirmation of the bond we'd forged. Yet kinks appeared. I discovered Jordan had a gambling habit, small bets on sports that escalated. "It stemmed from stress," she said, "but it scared me. This could ruin us," I argued one night, after finding receipts. She stormed out, leaving me alone with my fears. Reconciliation came at Pike Place Market, amid flying fish and flower stalls. Jordan found me there, apologetic, vowing to seek help. "You're worth fighting for," she said, pulling me into a hug. We attended a support group together, her hand in mine, stepping toward healing. As months passed, our love deepened, but external forces tested us. My job demanded relocation to New York for promotion, a dream opportunity, but it meant leaving Seattle, leaving her. "Go," Jordan urged, eyes misty. "Don't hold back for me." But I couldn't imagine life without her. The decision tore at me, nights spent in agony. In a twist, Jordan surprised me with a plan. She'd move too, start fresh in the Big Apple. "Where you go, I go," she declared at the airport, tickets in hand. But fate intervened. Her parents showed up, pleading for reconciliation. A heated confrontation ensued, old wounds reopening. Jordan stood firm. "I love Alex. That's who I am." Her mother's tears flowed, but in that moment, acceptance flickered. They hugged, a fragile bridge built. We boarded the plane together, hearts full. New York awaited, a new chapter. But on arrival, challenges hit. Cramped apartments, culture shock. Jordan struggled finding work, her past haunting applications. One night, amid the city's chaos, we argued fiercely. "This was a mistake," she yelled, packing a bag. I chased her to Central Park, rain pouring again, poetic almost. "Don't leave," I begged, pulling her close. "We're stronger together." She stayed and we rebuilt. Therapy helped, communication flowed. Jordan landed a job at a progressive garage. I thrived in design. Our love, forged in fire, emerged resilient. Years later, at our wedding in Brooklyn, surrounded by friends and even her parents, I reflected. That bar fight wasn't just chaos, it was destiny. We'd lost pieces, shirts, hearts, illusions, but gained so much more: acceptance, growth, unbreakable bond. In the end, love isn't about perfection. It's about choosing each other, flaws and all. We walked out of that bar changed, ready to face the world hand in hand. The story continued to unfold in ways that tested every fiber of our being. Back in Seattle before the move, Jordan's gambling resurfaced during a stressful week. I found her at an underground poker game in a seedy part of town, stakes high and her eyes desperate. "This is the last time," she swore as I dragged her out, but doubt crept in like fog over the bay. We sought counseling, a neutral space in a quiet office overlooking Lake Union. The therapist, a kind woman named Dr. Ellis, helped us unpack layers. Jordan revealed childhood traumas, her father's alcoholism, her mother's denial. "I gambled to feel control," she admitted, voice breaking. I held her hand, my own secrets spilling, fears of abandonment rooted in Sarah's betrayal. Progress was slow, but tangible. Jordan joined Gamblers Anonymous. I attended Al-Anon for support. Our dates shifted to wholesome activities, hiking in the Olympics, kayaking on the Sound. Intimacy returned, deeper, more honest. But then, a bombshell. Sarah reappeared. My ex, now single and remorseful, emailed me at work. "I miss you, Alex. Let's talk." Temptation flickered. Old familiarity versus new vulnerability. I confided in Jordan, expecting jealousy, but she hugged me. "Choose what's right for you. I trust us." I met Sarah at a neutral cafe, closure my goal. She apologized, tears genuine, but as she spoke, I saw the toxicity I'd escaped. "I'm happy now," I said, leaving without regret. Jordan waited at home with dinner, our kiss sealing the chapter closed. The move to New York was a whirlwind. Packing boxes, tearful goodbyes to friends. On the flight, Jordan squeezed my hand during turbulence. "This is our adventure," she whispered. Manhattan's energy hit like a wave. Our tiny studio in Greenwich Village buzzed with life, street performers, diverse crowds. But adjustments strained us. Jordan's job hunt dragged, rejections piling up due to her spotty record. "Maybe I don't belong here," she muttered one night, staring at the ceiling. I encouraged her, helping with resumes, networking at LGBT events. Finally, a breakthrough. A position at an eco-friendly auto shop in Brooklyn, owned by a queer couple. "You did this," she said, gratitude shining. My career soared, leading projects for major clients, creativity flowing. We explored the city. Picnics in Prospect Park, Broadway shows on discount. Romance reignited, stolen kisses in subways, lazy Sundays in bed. Yet health scares loomed. Jordan found a lump, panic ensuing. Tests, waiting rooms, my heart in throat. Benign, thank God, but it reminded us of fragility. "Life's too short," she said post-relief, proposing on the Brooklyn Bridge at sunset. "Marry me, Alex." Tears flowed as I said yes, the city lights twinkling like stars. Planning the wedding brought joy and stress. Venue hunts, guest lists, including Jordan's parents, who'd softened over time. Her mom even helped with flowers, a tentative bond forming. The day arrived, vows exchanged under a floral arch, friends cheering. "I walked into that bar alone," I said in my speech, "but walked out with you, my heart, my home." Post-honeymoon in Hawaii, life settled. We adopted a rescue dog, named him Whiskey for old times. Careers flourished, community grew. Jordan volunteered at youth shelters, helping queer kids navigate coming out. I designed pro bono for LGBT causes. Challenges persisted, societal biases, personal doubts, but we faced them united. Love, we learned, is action, choosing kindness, forgiveness, growth. In quiet moments, I'd trace her tattoo, a phoenix rising. "That's us," she'd say. From bar brawl to blissful union, our story proved love conquers, heals, endures. As years ticked by, our bond only strengthened, weaving through the tapestry of everyday life in the bustling heart of New York. Jordan's work at the auto shop turned into a passion project. She started mentoring young women in mechanics, especially those from marginalized communities, teaching them not just about engines, but about empowerment. "You fixed me," I'd tease her over breakfast, and she'd roll her eyes with a smile, replying, "We fixed each other." My design firm expanded, landing contracts that allowed me to champion inclusive campaigns. One project, a series for Pride Month, featured stories like ours, raw, real tales of love against odds. Jordan posed for photos with me, her arm around my waist, pride radiating. But life threw curveballs. Jordan's father passed suddenly from a heart attack, pulling us back to Washington for the funeral. The grief was heavy, compounded by unresolved tensions. Her mother, now widowed, leaned on us, whispering apologies for past rejections. "I see how happy you make her," she told me privately. Healing began there, in rainy graveside hugs. Back home, we navigated loss together. Jordan channeled sorrow into art, taking up painting, abstract pieces swirling with emotion. Our walls filled with her work, each canvas a testament to resilience. Social circles grew. We hosted dinners for friends, a mix of old Seattle pals and New Yorkers. Laughter echoed, stories shared. One couple, inspired by us, came out to their families. "You gave us courage," they said. The ripple effect humbled me, our love touching others. Intimacy evolved too. No longer frantic passion of early days, but a deep, knowing connection. Mornings tangled in sheets, evenings with wine and talks. We traveled, Paris for anniversary, where under Eiffel Tower lights, we renewed vows informally. Yet, infertility discussions arose. We wanted kids, but biology posed challenges. Adoption journeys began. Paperwork, home studies. Doubts crept. Were we ready? Jordan's gambling past surfaced in background checks, a hurdle. "We'll fight this," I assured her. Support from community bolstered us. Finally, approval came. We welcomed Lily, a spirited toddler from foster care, her giggles filling our home. Parenthood transformed us, sleepless nights, boundless joy. Jordan, once guarded, became the softest mom, reading bedtime stories with flair. Lily's first word, "Mama," directed at both, it melted us. Family complete, we reflected on paths taken. From that fateful bar to here, every trial forged us stronger. Community involvement deepened. We advocated for LGBT rights, marching in parades, lobbying for protections. Jordan spoke at events, sharing our story to inspire. "Love isn't easy," she'd say, "but it's worth every battle." As Lily grew, we taught her acceptance, kindness. Watching her play, I'd hold Jordan's hand, grateful. Our hearts, once lost, found home in each other, a profound truth echoing through our lives. The narrative of our love continued to expand, embracing new chapters with the same fervor that had ignited it all those years ago. Lily started school in Brooklyn, a progressive institution where diversity was celebrated, and we volunteered as parents, organizing events that fostered inclusion. Jordan's mentoring program at the shop grew, partnering with local schools to offer workshops for girls interested in STEM fields, breaking barriers one wrench at a time. My career hit new heights with a book deal, a memoir intertwining personal stories with design philosophy, titled Designing Love, From Chaos to Canvas. Writing it was cathartic, reliving our journey. Jordan contributed chapters on resilience, her voice raw and powerful. The launch party was a hit, friends toasting to us. But health revisited. I faced a scare with abnormal tests, echoing Jordan's past. Biopsies, anxiety-filled waits. Clear results brought relief, but prompted lifestyle changes. Yoga classes together, healthier eating. "We're in this for the long haul," Jordan vowed. Travel became family tradition, road trips across states, echoing our American roots. In San Francisco, we visited the Castro, sharing history with Lily. "This is where love fought back," I explained. Conflicts arose as they do. Lily's teen years loomed hypothetically, but present-day arguments over discipline tested us. Jordan's protectiveness clashed with my leniency. Counseling returned, tools sharpened. We're a team, we'd remind each other. Jordan's mother moved closer, to a senior community in Jersey, bridging gaps. Holidays blended families, awkward at first, but warming over time. Professionally, Jordan opened her own shop, Phoenix Autos, symbolizing rebirth. I designed the logo, a stylized bird in flight. Business boomed, employing queer youth. Our 20th anniversary approached. We planned a vow renewal in Seattle, full circle. At O'Malley's, now a landmark, we revisited that bar. To walking in alone, Jordan toasted, and out together. The ceremony was intimate, Lily as maid of honor. Vows renewed amid tears and laughter. "You've given me everything," I whispered. Post-event, we reflected on impact. Lives touched, barriers broken. Our story, once private, inspired many, a beacon of hope. In twilight years, we'd sit on our porch, watching sunsets. Love's journey, from bar to forever, taught us, embrace the unexpected, fight for what's right, cherish the heart's true home. As decades unfolded, our legacy solidified through the lives we influenced and the family we built. Lily grew into a confident young woman, pursuing environmental science at Columbia, her passion ignited by Jordan's eco-shop ethos. She'd bring home partners, introducing them with the openness we modeled, and we'd welcome them warmly, sharing stories of our own beginnings. Jordan's business expanded to multiple locations, becoming a chain that prioritized inclusivity and training programs for underrepresented groups. She received awards from LGBT organizations, humbly accepting with, "It's about paying it forward." I shifted to teaching design at NYU, mentoring students on blending art with activism. Health remained a vigilant concern. Regular checkups became routine. When Jordan faced arthritis from years of manual labor, I adapted our home, ensuring comfort without diminishing her independence. Still my hero, I'd say, massaging her hands. Grandchildren entered the picture when Lily adopted twins. Our home filled with tiny feet and laughter, rejuvenating us. Jordan, the doting grandma, built toy cars. I illustrated storybooks for them. Community service defined our later years. We founded a foundation supporting queer elders, addressing isolation. Galas raised funds, our story the centerpiece. Personal growth never ceased. We took dance classes, tango, symbolizing our passionate tango with life. Trips to Europe, Asia, broadening horizons. Inevitably, time's toll showed. Jordan's energy waned, but spirit endured. In quiet evenings, we'd reminisce. That bar, the fight, the love sparked. When Jordan passed peacefully at 78, surrounded by family, my world dimmed. But her final words, "Keep walking, my love. Hearts like ours never truly leave." I carried on, honoring her through the foundation, writing sequels to our memoir. Lily and the grandkids kept her memory alive. In the end, our tale wasn't just romance. It was a testament to humanity's capacity for change, love's power to heal divides. From a lonely bar entry to a legacy of light, that's the heart we shared, forever etched in time. The profound impact of our journey extended beyond our immediate circle, rippling into broader societal changes we could scarcely have imagined in those early, tumultuous days. The foundation we established, named Hearts Unbound, grew into a national network, providing resources for LGBT individuals across America, from counseling in rural towns to housing in urban centers. Jordan's vision lived on, with chapters in every state, her Phoenix logo a symbol of hope. I became a sought-after speaker, traveling to conferences and schools, sharing our story to combat prejudice. Love isn't a choice. Hating it is, I'd say, echoing Jordan's wisdom. Students wrote letters, crediting us with their courage to come out. Lily took over the foundation's helm, innovating with digital platforms for virtual support groups. The twins, now teens, volunteered, their generation's fresh perspectives invigorating the mission. Personal reflections deepened. I revisited Seattle often, standing outside O'Malley's, now a historic site with a plaque commemorating queer history. Memories flooded. That rainy night, Jordan's gaze. Writing became my solace. A second book, Echoes of the Heart, detailed our later years, emphasizing forgiveness and growth. Royalties funded scholarships for queer youth in trades and arts. Friendships endured, annual reunions with old bar buddies, toasting absent friends. Health-wise, I stayed active, walks in Central Park, yoga with grandkids. A new chapter surprised me, romance rekindled with Elena, a widow from our support group. Gentle, understanding, she honored Jordan's memory. She'd want you happy, Lily encouraged. We traveled lightly, visiting places Jordan and I dreamed of. In Paris again, I scattered a pinch of her ashes, whispering thanks. As I aged, legacy loomed large. Documentaries featured our story, inspiring films. Awards came, but true reward was letters from strangers. You saved my life. In final days, surrounded by family, I reflected. Walking into that bar alone led to a life rich in love, loss, triumph. Without my shirt or heart, I found everything. The end wasn't an end, but a continuation through those we touched. Love's true meaning, eternal, transformative, human. Our story's essence, distilled over time, became a blueprint for resilience and compassion in a world still grappling with acceptance. Hearts Unbound expanded internationally, partnering with global organizations to advocate for LGBT rights in countries where danger lurked. Lily's leadership turned it into a powerhouse, lobbying in Washington, D.C. for policies protecting vulnerable communities. I stepped back, advising from afar, focusing on personal projects. A children's book series, illustrated by me, taught acceptance through adventures of diverse characters, subtle nods to our journey. The twins pursued paths reflecting our values, one in law, fighting discrimination, the other in engineering, innovating sustainable tech like Jordan's shop. Elena and I married quietly, a small ceremony in the Hamptons. Jordan's blessing us, she said, as a phoenix-shaped cloud drifted by. Our blended family thrived, holidays a mosaic of traditions. Memories sharpened with age. I'd sit by the window, journal in hand, chronicling untold details. Jordan's laugh, her touch. A third book emerged, Whispers from the Bar, a collection of letters and anecdotes from those inspired. Health declined gracefully. I embraced it, surrounded by love. Visits from Mentz kept spirits high. In my 90th year, a gala honored our legacy. Speeches moved me. Stories of lives changed. From one bar fight to a movement, the MC said. Passing came peacefully, Elena holding my hand, family near. Join Jordan, Lily whispered. In that transition, I felt completeness. Our love, sparked in chaos, illuminated countless paths. The heart I lost, that night was never gone. It multiplied, beating in every soul we reached. Thus, the tale concludes not with farewell, but with enduring light, love's victory over adversity, a timeless gift to humanity.